you have a good day.
Yeah.
Sure. And I have business cards in the back, so if you don't want to just, look at the screen, you come back and talk to me. Thank you.
Guys, thank you so much. Give them another round of applause. Harris County is really making an effort. They're coming out. They've been coming out for maybe 15 years, maybe. So we appreciate it. Jennifer Garrett, Keith Johnson, Mike Wynn, Adrian Collins. Thank you guys so much, and we got to have y'all back. But in the meantime, they're going to be back at their tables, and they want to talk to you. They want to meet you. So please do. Thank y'all. Thank you so much. Guys, one of the things that we always like to do is keep bringing opportunities, and I have a guy in the back, Andrea. Andrea, just raise your hand, and she's come all the way from Dallas. We really appreciate that. But Patrick is here, Patrick Dennis. J. Dunn Construction Company has been one of our top contractors. They're always looking to do business, and Patrick is the Senior Vice President. So Patrick, tell us, I know you got work. Did you talk to Keith at Texas A&M? So Keith, yeah, he's doing work at A&M. Keith, so Patrick is doing work at A&M. He's one of your GCs, and he's looking for more hubs. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, first of all, thanks for having us here. Those that don't know about us, J. Dunn Construction is a large national general contractor. The nice thing about us is we're very consistent with some of the other organizations you've seen. The good thing about a large general contractor is the amount of resources we have and the formality of the system we have to engage trade partners. We look across, even though we're big nationwide, we look across all the individual cities to be responsible for developing a good trade partner base in those cities. So why these type of events are important to us is because we can connect one-on-one. And we have a very simple process. It's very similar to what you've seen up here on the stage. Step one, as Bill mentioned, is Andrea and Angela back there. I would check in with them. They've got a little form we can fill out, which we can register very simply. That's step one. Step two is then you receive information from us. And I know this is a little bit cold and informal because we really like to focus on the relationships like you guys. Want to know who you're working with as we do. So really step three to me is more important. So this fall in November, we're moving to a new location right outside the Galleria, not too far from here. And we're going to host a series of afternoon sessions where you can come in and we kind of talk about projects. I'll have my project managers, my project executives, pre-construction folks. So you'll be able to meet the entire team of who you'll be able to work with. So we really want to start with that. So that way we get to know you, what can you do, how do we team up, and what's the best way to go forward. So that's really the three quick things. Check in with them, fill out the information, get on our list, and then let's really start working on the relationship. So I think that's a smooth process. So the fun stuff, 4 projects that I'll mention. One, we're working very actively and hard and quickly with the Houston Airport System on a vehicle maintenance facility. Should come out in the next 30, 60 days. Going through contract negotiation right now. That'll kick off ideally probably for late 4th quarter this year. Okay. Number 2 is we're working with the City of Houston on the Barbara Bush Legacy Plaza. I've been working on it for about a year, but going through the process of just the budgeting and City Council approvals. That one we're really hoping to kick off the ground in 90 days, but that's another package of information that will be on the street here before too long. Number 3, Milton mentioned, Texas A&M University. We're going to be co-developing, building a $150 million data center on the Rellis campus. A little far from here, but it's not that far if you've got experience in that market, you know kind of what it's like, but a huge amount of activity, and not just for my selfish needs on the data center, but if you looked at and Google the Rellis Center, what's going on out there, the opportunities with the Army Futures Command, with the A&M University, the systems, so much development's going to be happening on this 2,000-acre campus. It's really something if you guys have paid attention to, put on your radar. It's going to be huge for the state, it's huge for the country, huge for the state, and obviously huge for Fight Tech Savvies. And the 4th project, well, there's really a system of projects we have rolling out over the next year between $30, $40, $60 million that will be coming out probably second quarter next year. One piece of that, we're working hard on it. I don't know if a lot of you know us, we've done, even though we'll do a $150 million large-scale data center, we'll do a string of $3 million fire stations for the county, for the city. So we have another crop of those coming up next year. Those are really good entry point projects for us to work together on, work on the relationships. They're not too big to scale, but yet they're still really cool, nice projects that are impactful for the community. So that'll be another something that we'll have coming up probably about the middle of next year. So check in with us back there and say hi.
Outstanding. Outstanding. Guys, and we're wrapping up. You know, one of the things I found, and Tiffany pointed this out, is she said, Milton, we've got so many people here and there's a chance to connect everybody. So we always wait because we don't want you to leave. But Tiffany, just maybe you can tell me better than I can. What are we trying to do? How do we connect everybody together?
So I am looking in this room and I see about 120, 150 people in here, probably upwards towards 200. And all of us are not going to be able to see or meet everybody and shake each other's hands. So if you have your phone, I want you to pull that out really quick. And I'm going to show you guys how powerful this tool is. Because I know sometimes I get up here and I tell you, but I'm going to show you today just how powerful this is. So how many of you guys have LinkedIn on your app or on your phone? Go ahead and pull your LinkedIn app up. We're going to connect in 10 seconds or less. Okay? Once you pull that LinkedIn app up, there's a little person with the plus sign on there, or you may have the two people at the bottom, or click on the two people at the bottom. And then in the right hand